what's your name then?
My name is Magnus Samuelsson.
Yeah, but who are you?
I'm the strongest man in the world.
That was last year. Welcome to Malta and to its capital city Valletta, built 500 years ago as an impregnable fortress against invading forces and still intact despite the most intensive of German bombing during the Second World War. And it's here that 30 men from America to Australia, Latvia to South Africa have come to pull trucks, boats, even aircraft. And at the end of the week, one of them will be the strongest man in the world. In this year's Metrex Trophy, there are 5 heats. There'll be 6 men taking part in each of them, 6 events overall, and 2 will go through to the final. Well, this year's World's Strongest Man is going to be crowned here in the heart of the Mediterranean at Malta. These days, this island's all about tourism and fishing, and apparently it's impossible not to catch fish here as big as Magnus. So while I'm doing this, you can meet our first 6 strongmen.
My name's Jamie Barr. I'm the British representative. I'm fighting for a place in the final for Scotland, but it's not going to be easy. Magnus Samuelsson, he's the defending champion. He's big, he's blonde, he's Swedish. Some people think he's sexy. To me, he's just someone to beat. Philippi, the American, he made the final last year and was going well until he got injured. Definitely one to watch. Onosai, he's been a world finalist twice before and he's the heaviest man in the competition this year at over 30 stones. Edwards was a track and field athlete. He's fit, he's fast and he's very strong. Israel Sanguinet. No one knows much about this bloke. He's Spanish and he sounds like he might be a cabaret singer. And finally me. I was third in Britain's strongest man. My strength lies in my athleticism, and I'll give 110%.
And today those 6 men will be pulling boats, truck pulling, some serious humping, a brand new event, the Pillars of Hercules, lifting logs, and they finish with a bit of everything. The whole thing gets underway at Valletta Harbour, and our commentator is Paul Dickinson.
Nervous moments for all 6 strength athletes, especially for Israel Sanguinetti from Spain, a first-timer in World's Strongest Man competition. As it is for Grant Edwards, the big Australian, 6 feet 5 inches tall. Mark Philippi from Las Vegas, a terrible injury in last year's competition, and then the defending champion, the giant Magnus Samuelsson from Sweden.
From Western Samoa,
the heaviest man in this heat, Joe Onosai from Samoa.
From Scotland, Jamie Barr.
And from Fife in Scotland, Jamie Barr. 2 100-kilogram sacks have got to be carried down the 25-metre course, put into the boat, and then everything is dragged back. Douglas Edmonds gets them away. Samuelsson, very, very quick. Mark Philippi to his right-hand side, and Jamie Barr's going well too. Look at Samuelsson go, that's tremendous sprinting. Samuelsson in first place. Barr is not very far behind. Joe Onosai is really struggling. The biggest man, well, you can't call that a sprint, it's a bit of a waddle. Samuelsson, the first to get his hands on that boat and start dragging it, but Jamie Barr is there too. In fact, the Scot is moving ahead of the reigning world's strongest man. It's Jamie Barr in the lead, and that is incredible. Joe Onosai, his second sack, that's 15 stones, twice he's put into that boat, but he's way, way off the pace. And Jamie Barr is leading. This is amazing. Pulling it in little spurts. The clock is running down. The time limit is 75 seconds. They're running out of time. But as long as Jamie Barr can stay ahead of the Swede, he's going to take the maximum 6 points. Oh. He's absolutely exhausted, but what a fantastic first effort. Christine, as always, urging on her husband, and Jamie Barr has won it. He's beaten Magnus Samuelsson in this first event. Samuelsson down and out, but he's going to have to settle for second place.
You said beforehand it was the old athleticism that was going to count for you. Did that come into play there?
Oh, well, that's why he's lying down.
You're not.
Celtic power.
Celtic power. Did you expect to win that?
No, but I needed to pick up maximum points there. The truck pulls next, it's a bodyweight thing, so I'll be up against it.
It looks worse than it is because to do the event is not a problem, but as soon as I stop to perform and heart rhythm starts to go down a bit, blood pressure goes down with it, so I just faints the whole time. That's what happens really. 2 weeks ago, before I went sick, it was the strongest I ever been in my whole life, so don't count me out yet, that's for sure.
And you discount Samuelsson at your peril. 5 points for the defending champion, but 6, and what a great start for Jamie Barr. Now staying down at the harbour for the strongman's traditional favourite event, the truck pull. Interesting though, see how the Australian's going to get on in this. So how big is strongman in Australia?
It's pretty big now. There's a regular yearly competitions down there, and there's quite a following. There's been a lot of media exposure, a lot of dedicated time on television, plus they also get the world's strongest man as well, so it's becoming more popular.
But I don't suppose, like, say, Pat Rafter or Shane Warne, you can walk down the street and get mobbed. Not quite like that.
No, I'm normally asked what football team I play for, so people are not quite as educated as they are in perhaps this part of the world.
And Grant Edwards found it tough going. 48.47 was his time for the truck pull. And that was then beaten by the American Mark Philippi, 46.28. Israel Sanguinet, maybe he should stick to cabaret singing, 55.41. And another good performance from Jamie Barr. He was the leader after the first 4 men had gone, 42.63. So still to come, Samuelsson, and before him, Joe Onosai.
Well, in terms of truck pulling, Joe Onosai, one of the most experienced men here. He's got more experience in truck pulling than probably Eddie Stobart has. He's well equipped for this event, over 30 stones in body weight. And pulling that 17-ton truck at the moment, he's making it look very, very easy indeed. Pulling with his arms, driving with his legs as well. He's got those climbing boots on too, which a lot of the strong men are wearing. That gives extra grip. It's Jamie Barr who's in the lead at the moment at 42.63. He's well over halfway. Being urged on by Jamie Reeves, one of the marshals here. He won World's Strongest Man in 1989. It's a very fast time. 37.47. The big Samoan has done it.
You're 5 seconds quicker than anybody else. That's a huge difference. Pretty pleased, eh?
Really?
Yeah, in this heat, yeah.
Oh, excellent. The Samuelsson is coming up, and he's really good at this, so it should be interesting.
Well, the reigning champion hasn't been feeling 100% since he got here, but he is a tremendous competitor. He's not as heavy as Joe, but he's much, much bigger. His arms are absolutely massive. I swear he's put about 2 inches on around his arms since he won the title last year. He's been training very, very hard. Well, as far as Britain is concerned, and certainly Scotland, we're watching out for Jamie Barr's time still at 42.63. But Magnus has just got one thing on his mind. He's got to try and beat Joe Onosai. He wants to win this second event. The Swede is really going for it. He's certainly going to beat Jamie Barr's time, but can he beat Joe Onosai? It's very, very close. 37.91 seconds confirmed. Samuelsson is second, and Samoa win the truck pull. Just half a second advantage for Samoa and Joe Onosai, but it's a significant event for him.
And so the bigger you are, maybe the easier the truck pull is. 6 points for Onosai, 5 for Samuelsson. And a three-way tie after the first two events. What an intriguing heat this could be. Poor old Israel Sanguinet, though, he's in trouble. So here we come to the loading race. 5 items to be picked up and put on that wall over there. Starting with that sack that weighs about the same as your wife and 2 kids put together. Everything gets progressively heavier all the way through to this huge chain here, which weighs the same as your wife and your kids and him. Sanguinet still finding the going tough, and not much gain but a lot of pain for the Australian Edwards, who pulled a hamstring. And so the next heat included Mark Philippi. And if you were watching this program last year, you may recall he dropped a car on his leg. He's had a year of agony.
My first goal was to get here. My second goal was to try and make the finals. Now I got a little bit of a hole to dig out of, but all I can do is best I can. And whatever happens, happens, and go on.
So how big is this hole, do you think? What do you need to do over the next 2 or 3 events?
I need to peck away, get a point here or there. You know, 4 events left, and if I can do that, you know, come down to the last event. If I can't, then you just go on, learn from it and go on.
On the whistle.
So away we go, Mark Philippi on the right-hand side. It really is terrific to see him back in World's Strongest Man competition. But both of them here have got something to prove. The sack goes on 100 kilos, 15 stones. This is going to be tough. 105 kilograms. Oh, both of them making it look lightweight. That was very, very good. They're absolutely locked together at the moment. Now 110 kilos, 17 stones. That weighs about as much as a washing machine. Oh, Philippi's thrown it off the back. He's got to go round and put it on properly. An advantage for Jamie Barr. And what a fascinating situation it is in terms of the overall points. Jamie Barr is locked together on 10 points at the moment with Onosai and with Samuelsson. Now this is very difficult at the end of what has been a tough event. 240 kilos, it's all got to go on the platform, and Jamie Barr has set the pace. He's finished. Just under 57 seconds for the Scot, and Philippi is some way behind. 75 seconds the time limit. He's got to get that last link onto the platform, and he's done it.
Well, Magnus will put a good time in, but I mean, we should beat Joe, because Joe's not exactly quick on his feet. It's not his strong point, but then he's got 2 good events coming up, so it'd be nice to steal a point off him.
Timekeepers.
Joe Onosai on the left-hand side, and Samuelsson racing away. Now this was a problem for Joe Onosai in the very first event, and he's slow with the sack again. He's certainly got the strength, but his mobility is certainly questionable. Unlike Samuelsson, who's going like a train. Jamie Barr's time of 56.52 the target. Samuelsson is already on the log. Oh, so easy for the Swede. Onosai is falling back all the time. The anchor goes up. The anchor 105 kilos, now the heaviest item, the chain. Come on, Joe Onosai, you've got a bit of work to do. I think this event is going to make a huge difference to the overall points totals of all these men. Samuelsson is finished, and he's won it. He's won it by a long, long way. He's beaten Jamie Barr by 11 seconds. And Joe Onosai, well, he's chasing Jamie Barr's time. I don't think he can catch the Scot. 56 seconds has been and gone. And now his job is to try and finish. To try and stay ahead of Mark Philippi, who finished in 71.31. He's only got 4 seconds to go. He's outside the time, but can he finish the event anyway? 75 seconds the time limit. The Samoan is not going to do it. This has not been a good event for him. And that is Magnus Samuelsson's first victory in the heat.
I think, you know, this day is a crucial day for most of the guys. So everybody's going mad today, I think. So I think this one and the next one is the most, probably the most important events in the whole competition.
So at the halfway stage, Samuelsson getting into the swing of things, Barr still going well. That was a bad result though for Joe Onosai, which means that he's now 2 points adrift of Jamie Barr, and maybe Mark Philippi isn't out of it. What is the best thing about being the strongest man in the world?
The best thing about being the strongest man in the world is to wake up every morning and feel very strong. That's the greatest gift a man can get, I think.
So how has it changed your life? Has it made you a different person, do you think?
I don't know if it made me any different as a person, but I think it makes me make more money and it makes me live a nicer life.
Have you thought about the final? Have you been dreaming for the last 12 months about this moment when you're going to be out here and introduced as the world's strongest man?
Of course, I prepared as much as I can for about 12 months for this competition, and as it looks, if you look back through this whole year, it seems like it's a fight between me and Ahola. So I feel prepared for it, and I think I can stay on the throne for another year.
Well, this is a brand new event for World's Strongest Man, the Hercules hold, and Joe Onosai is seeing this for the first time, as everybody else is. What do you think the main problems are going to be here?
Well, there's a lot of us who are big and we're strong in aesthetic lifts, but sometimes we're weak in our hands, and this is definitely going to test the strength of our grip.
How much is it a battle of wits almost, to control your mind and actually put the pain out of it?
Well, I think the pain is not a problem with a lot of these athletes. It's just a matter of how much strength they have in their hands.
How strong are they?
Well, I guess we'll find out in a couple of minutes.
Grant Edwards, the Australian, limping badly because of his pulled hamstring in the loading race.
From Australia,
It shouldn't affect him in this
Grant
event, though. He's a
Edwards.
big fella. He's got giant hands. And this is an event which is really an unknown quantity to everybody. A tenth of a second can make a big, big difference. 170 kilograms each of those pillars weighs. Here we go, Grant Edwards, the first to attempt what is going to be, I'm sure, a very, very difficult test of strength, stamina, and mental character as well. His little daughter is in the crowd somewhere shouting, "Come on, Daddy." He really wants to make amends for what happened in the previous event. He only got a single point there. He's way, way off the pace at the moment. Well, you don't see a lot of action in these events. They're just standing still, but sometimes the sound effects are incredible. He's really gritting his teeth. It's finished 37.38. All careful as you get off the platform, but that is a terrific time for everybody else to follow.
But it was certainly too much for Mark Philippi, 34.10, and for our friend Mr. Sanguinet, 32.04, but he did have time to give us his version of living La Vida Loca.
Are you ready? Yes. Bolt out.
He says he's ready, but can he beat this time of 37.38? Still Grant Edwards, the big Australian, in the lead. Well, it certainly helps when you've got a massive chest and arms like Joe Onosai. His chest is about 60 inches around. It'd take you some way to navigate around that, but Joe Onosai, he's so experienced. He's trying to block out the pain, that's for sure, because those handles will be digging in the hands. Approaching 30 seconds, looking comfortable at the moment. He's just shaking a little bit now. Come on, Joe, you still need a little bit more. It's gone. It's 32.16. He's down in third place, and there's still two big fellas to go. Now, Jamie Barr, he's already proved to us he's a magnificent competitor, despite the fact he's one of the smallest men in this competition. Well, in this event in the past, we've had guys hanging on to cars, hanging on to barrels of money. This is a new variation on a very, very strong theme in World's Strongest Man. Oh, if looks could kill. That is real determination from Jamie Barr. Only 2 men from this heat will qualify for the final. If Jamie Barr can do it, it would be a magnificent achievement. Up on 30 seconds, he's got it, now chasing the leader. Oh, he's gone. Jamie Barr, 34.53. It all happened in a flash there, but he is in second place behind Grant Edwards, and only Samuelsson to go.
So how much longer could you have hung on, do you think?
I did what? That was everything you got, mate. There wasn't any more, there's no any trade secrets.
That wasn't a tactical letting
no,
go?
No, it wasn't. That was busting my ass.
What's that to your jaw?
Yeah. We shouting and holding my teeth together. I've got cramp in my jaw. Keep me quiet for a wee while.
Well, one thing's for sure, Magnus nor his wife Christine will be very quiet for too long during this competition. But it really is a magnificent time of 37.38 by Grant Edwards that he's got to beat.
So is Magnus Samuelsson going to get past your total?
Well, I've lent him my chalk. He threw away his Swedish chalk and he's taken the Australian chalk. So if he beats me, that's what it'll be. But I think he'll do well. He's a tough competitor, and to be beaten by the current world's strongest man is I'm quite okay with that. But then again, you know, I'd like it if I won.
Well, I bet Grant Edwards wishes that was an Olympic event. He'd be in Sydney in the year 2000, that's for sure. But here goes Samuelsson. Oh, just listen to this. Oh, Samuelsson has gone for it. Even before the clock started just about. He's just sinking down a little bit. You're allowed to do that. The arms have got to be absolutely straight. Now Samuelsson is aiming for the top time of 37.38. Jamie Barr, remember, 34.53. And he's gone past the Scot. Now chasing the leader, but it's gone. It's just short, 36.49. So not to be in terms of a second consecutive victory. That goes to Australia.
Samuelsson in the zone now. Second place for him there. An unexpected but well-deserved win for Grant Edwards, and Jamie Barr still doing well, third place there. And he's second and 4 points clear of Joe Onosai now, but Samuelsson looking inexorably like the winner of this event. So next up, it's down to St Paul's Bay for the log lift. This is like lifting Jonah Lomu above your head. Israel Sanguinet didn't fancy this and only got 3. Jamie Barr, though, at least wasn't going to be last because he got 4. And following him, rather more impressive displays from Onosai with 9. And the American Mark Philippi was no less impressive. He got 9 as well. So now it's Edwards against Samuelsson in the final pairing.
From Sweden, Magnus Samuelsson.
Well, the reigning champion is off to a cracking start in this competition already. The penultimate event. And really, Jamie Barr, he'd like these two guys to do him a big, big favour and beat those scores by Joe Onosai and Mark Philippi. Samuelsson off to a good start. Edwards a little way behind. And I really think that Grant Edwards could struggle here. That leg heavily strapped. A bad hamstring pull. But Samuelsson going well. He's been absolutely superb on occasions, but more importantly, the Swede is very, very consistent. He's always in the big points. And this event was a big disappointment for Jamie Barr, that's for sure. Just one event to go, and he's got to stay in the top 2 places if the Scot has got a chance of going through to the final. Edwards is really struggling, a disappointment for him. Samuelsson getting close. Now, come on, Grant. Can you just get one more repetition? It's more for pride than anything else. Watch your head. And I think Grant Edwards is finished. Now, Samuelsson, with this repetition, can draw level with Onosai and Philippi. He's a little bit unsteady, but he's done it. Now, can he beat them? Christina wants him to. One more to go. And that would be maximum points for Samuelsson. He's got it just. That is victory for Magnus Samuelsson, and Jamie Barr will be very disappointed with his performance here. Samuelsson, absolutely superb once again. His second victory in this competition. He's got a big points total, and he could be on his way to the final already.
So is this the old Samuelsson now back raring to go?
The old Samuelsson is coming back more and more because of my health is coming back now. And even though the log is heavier than last year, I still did more, and it actually felt quite light. So I'm, positive again.
It actually felt quite light for Magnus Samuelsson. 6 points for him. Onosai and Philippi joint second. And Jamie Barr now has a 2.5 point cushion over the Samoan going into the last event. He's 1 foot in the final.
And it's back to the harbour for the very final event, the Medley. A beautiful sight for the competitors and the spectators, but it's going to be agonising for these 6 guys any moment now. It's a very tough test to finish this heat. As far as we're concerned, Jamie Barr there, well, the man to his left, Joe Onosai, has to beat the Scot by 3 clear places to prevent him from going through to the final. Magnus Samuelsson on this side, he's pretty safe. All he's got to do is complete the course. 300 kilograms, that giant tractor tyre weighs. They flipped it twice successfully. Samuelsson on his way with the 100 kilogram cannonball. Jamie Barr too. Oh, and Joe Onosai's dropped it. That is good news for Scotland and Jamie Barr. The Maltese cross safely on top. Samuelsson is finishing with a flourish. Now the anchor. Oh, easy work by the Swede. He's got to get it right over the line. And now for the giant chain. Jamie Barr just pacing himself. Mark Philippi is going well too on the far side. The man from Las Vegas safely through, world's strongest man this year without injury, but he's not going to make it through to the final, unlike Samuelsson, who wins this last event, and Jamie Barr has made it. Joe Onosai really struggling, and that is a brilliant performance by Jamie Barr. Not many people gave him a chance of getting through to the final this year, but he's proved everybody wrong. Scotland are in this year's final. Spain won't make it this year. Maybe in the future. Neither will Samoa. Joe Onosai has blown it. But Samuelsson, the winner, well, only one word could describe him. Awesome.
How close are you, do you think, to being at your very best now?
Getting closer and closer. I feel like for every hour I'm getting stronger and stronger. So I'm quite optimistic. Because last 2 events I won pretty easy, and I feel quite good afterwards as well, so I'm enjoying it now. I'm enjoying it.
That's bad news for everybody else.
Should be.
Top man, well done.
I made it.
Ever in any doubt?
Oh, you've got to be in a doubt. Anything could go wrong. You just got to hang in there. No mistakes. At this level of competition, you can't afford them, especially when you've got somebody like Mark chasing you and Big Joe. I'm just happy I've got there. My daughter will be happy.
She sure will. Samuelsson winning that medley event, Jamie Barr in second place, and they are the 2 who'll go through to the final, and Barr setting the standard for the other British competitors in this year's Metrex Trophy. Magnus, well done reaching the final. Obviously looking in great shape and pretty confident about defending your title. But you know you went out on that boat earlier today. Well, after you got off, I carried on and went fishing for hours and hours and hours and got so close to catching this fish. It was that big, and I was reeling it in and reeling it in and reeling it in. And I thought just for a moment I was going to get it and just...
The contest continues tomorrow at the earlier time of 5 o'clock. Play the game next tonight on BBC One with Christmas Blankety Blank.
I'll be back.